Hey everyone, I'm Lynn. Welcome back to my way of life. Today we're making a classic cornbread dressing, the kind that belongs on every Thanksgiving or Christmas table. It's buttery, herby, and packed with flavor. And the best part, you can make it all from scratch, including the cornbread, and you can make it a few days ahead of time. Let's get started. First up, we're making the cornbread. In a large mixing bowl, add 2 sticks of melted unsalted butter and a third of a cup of sugar. Give that a mix. Then crack 2 large eggs into the bowl and add half a cup of buttermilk. You can use homemade or store-bought. Give that a mix until all the ingredients are smooth and combined. Now add the dry ingredients. Add 1 cup of unbleached flour and 1 cup of medium grind cornmeal. Then add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Stir it up until everything is just combined. Don't overmix or your cornbread might get tough. And if you're short on time, don't worry, you can absolutely use your favorite cornbread mix or even store-bought cornbread instead of making it from scratch. This is just a cornbread recipe that my family has used for years, but feel free to use your favorite cornbread recipe or your favorite store-bought cornbread. There will be some lumps in the batter, and that is totally fine. Don't stress over a smooth batter. Grease an 8 by 8 inch baking dish with butter or cooking spray. As you can see, I used a cake pan, but a square brownie pan works great too. Pour your batter into the pan and bake it at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 to 25 minutes, or until a toothpick comes out clean. Once it's done, let the cornbread cool completely. This step is important because it'll be easier to cut into pieces and the cornbread won't fall apart. While the cornbread cools, chop up your onions and celery. Then, in a large skillet over medium heat, melt 1 stick of butter. Add 2 cups of chopped onion, you can use white or red, sometimes I like using red onion for a little bit of color, and 2 cups of celery. Cook slowly, stirring often until the vegetables are soft and fragrant, about 20 minutes. Don't let them brown though, you want them to be nice and tender. Next, toss in your herbs, half cup of chopped parsley, quarter cup chopped sage, 1 tablespoon each of fresh thyme and rosemary, plus 1 teaspoon of salt and a half teaspoon of black pepper, more if you'd like. Stir and cook for about a minute and then remove from the heat and let the mixture cool. Once the cornbread is cool, cut it into 1-inch cubes. Do the same with 5 cups of white bread. I like using slightly stale bread so that it holds up a little better. Place both the cornbread and white bread cubes into a large mixing bowl. Then add your sautéed vegetable and herb mixture. Now slowly pour in about 2 cups of chicken broth. Homemade or store-bought works just fine. Stir as you go until the mixture is moist but not soggy. Feel free to add a little bit extra broth. You don't want the dressing dry, but you don't want it soggy. Gently stir everything together so you don't mash the bread too much. Alright, while I mix, let's talk a few quick tips and tricks to make your cornbread dressing the best it can be. If you like a little more texture, lightly toast your cubed bread in the oven for about 10 minutes before mixing everything together. It helps the dressing stay fluffy instead of mushy. And by the way, you can definitely use your sourdough bread in place of store-bought white bread in this recipe. I'll link some bread recipes below that would work great in this dressing. Don't overdo the broth. Add it gradually until the bread is just moistened. It should hold together but not be soggy. And finally, taste your mixture before baking. If it needs a little more salt or herbs, now's the time to adjust. Also, let it rest about 10 minutes after baking so it sets up perfectly before serving. Grease a 9 by 13 inch baking dish, then pour in the dressing mixture. Smooth it out gently and bake at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 35 minutes or until it's heated through and perfectly golden brown on top. This recipe is perfect for making ahead of time. You can bake the cornbread a day or two before and even assemble the whole dressing in advance. Just cover it with foil, refrigerate, and pop it in the oven when you're ready to serve it. And that's it, a warm, flavorful homemade cornbread dressing that's guaranteed to impress your family and guests. Whether you're serving it at Thanksgiving dinner or a cozy Sunday supper, this dish always brings comfort and nostalgia to the table. If you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Do you make your dressing with cornbread, white bread, or both? Thanks for watching. See you next time.